Now I think we're going. I think. Maybe. Let me get my Twitch thing going. So we gotta pay attention to the Twitches.
Yes, I think. Is yours blue? Yes, yours is blue.
Pop out chat. And I will try to not neglect the Twitch chat this time.
Yeah, sorry to. Do you mind scooching over, smidgen?
Yep.
I'm not sure if we broke it or not. It doesn't want to continue on.
Oh, Seven's coming.
What's up?
I don't know where it went.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry, someone on. I don't want you to fall off, but I also.
Okay. Okie dokie. I just made some coffee.
Yeah, I got some water. I still had some coffee left. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know. Oh. I think we have a. Sorry. It's a busy night. It was very slow today.
This one's a little bit different.
And then
You press the start button, you've started a game, 5 balls per game, but it doesn't automatically eject the ball. You have to push this in.
It's a busy, like, work day, busy day in the arcade.
This one blew up on me.
Florida? Well, hello.
Give me a chance.
Oh my God, everyone's texting me. It's just busy all around. Got work stuff, arcade stuff. We've got, like, other stuff. Lots of things. Nick is tuning in from Florida. So nice. I think if you're on Florida, is Florida the same time as Atlantic or are they Eastern?
No, I think it's an hour earlier. So it's probably
So is it
7:30?
7:30?
It's like 7:22 down there or something like that, right? Yeah. Hey, there's Spike. Hey, Spike.
Hey, Spike. We have seen, actually, I could scroll back through my phone pictures. I saw a license plate from Florida in the parking lot a few weeks ago, and I took a picture of it because I was just like, oh my God, Florida. So if you wanted to, Nick, you could drive here. It is possible. It'd be probably a fun road trip. Oh my God. These guys are having the best time on Big Lebowski. Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're doing a special today. We're doing, because it's Friday the 13th. We're doing 2 hours of play for $13. We thought, why
Yeah,
not?
Friday the 13th.
We've done that before, just for the fun of
Yeah.
it. So.
Thank you for noticing my haircut. Yeah, it's I decided to do something different, and also I'm going to work and be back in BC for over a month again. I honestly don't know why he puts up with me, but I leave him for months on end. Anyways, I wanted something. It's going to be a long month working 7 days a week for like almost a month and a half. So I just wanted something short and quick and easy. And yeah, so thank you. Love it. I like Seven's new hair too, hey? Emerald Bricks. I'm headed up to pick up a Knight Rider, Power Play, and a Happy Clown tomorrow.
Happy clown.
Happy Clown. That's a Happen and Taste tonight. Yeah, we weren't sure what it would be like.
I would like to get a Power Play. I really like that game. So I'm not much of a hockey fan, which is kind of weird because it's like Canada, but I like that. A friend of mine had that game and I played it a lot.
This is so cute, them playing Big Lebowski there.
Happy Clown. I have to look up Happy Clown.
Yeah, I'm afraid to see like if it's gonna be one of those like
Punchy the Clown, Happy Clown.
right?
Happy Clown Pinball. Well, I guess it's one of the early 60s. Yeah.
She doesn't look like a clown. Oh, are they getting? Oh, I thought they
There
got
it is.
Nihilist Showdown.
Happy clown. Happy
Okay,
clown.
let's see. I want to see the poster first. I want to see the flyer. Okay. Still a little frightening.
It's a 4-player moneymaker. New lightbox animation. A puppet clown with sparkly
Okay,
eyes.
we may have to track this one
I'm
down.
gonna have to get one of these.
Yeah, I want to see a nice picture of the back box. Oh, there's a creepy clown. That doesn't look very happy. He's
just sad. Well, he's not the sparkly eyed one on the back box. Oh yeah, you can kind of see his googly eyes there.
I like how the game is called Happy Clown, but they're like, no one's gonna want a game with a clown on it. Let's add a woman with her boobs over the frame. Ta-da! Works every time.
So the back box animation are what? Just lights that go on and off, I guess.
Maybe see if there's a video on YouTube we can watch. Does his bow move? Ooh, Moxie.
Cold now? Cold already? All right.
Okay, 288.
Maine.
No, you just get it straight from me.
We were there, and so we picked up a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. We have found a new distributor, so we're probably going to be ordering a bunch of stuff in the next couple months. And they have almost everything, so we're hoping to keep it in stock.
Cool.
Yes. All right, 288. You can tap or insert, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And we have cup holders on the legs of the machine, so you can take it around with you. Coming back. Beep, beep.
All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Don't go too far.
MRN says, pretty fun game even though it's hockey. Yeah.
It's hockey.
Did we
Hokey?
see the new Jersey Jack Avatar? I have not seen it yet. No,
you
I heard about
kidding
it the other day. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wait, there's already an Avatar pinball machine.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, why would you make
Yeah.
another one? Is it Avatar 1 or is it Avatar 2? Is there an Avatar 3?
I don't think it's released yet. No.
But they were making an Avatar 3, right? Didn't they film 2 and 3 together or something?
Like 2, 3, 4, and 5 or something. like
Jesus.
that. Yeah.
Oh my
So the
god.
first one was Avatar, and the second one was like Avatar waterlogged, and then the third one is going to be
Like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Happy Clown is molding you. MRN Bricks, where are you tuning in from? I'm curious to know.
Spike says, oddly enough, I used to dance under the name of Happy Clown in the 80s. Now I'm not allowed within 50 yards of a school. Well,
goodness.
50 yards, they're letting you get a little bit close because it used to be like 500, right?
Never seen one of those in the wild. Happy Clown. Just checked your website. Awesome collection you have there. Impressive.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
you know what? We stopped updating. Not that we stopped updating the website. We just haven't been able to update it in a while. We've been busy with other stuff, so it's not our full collection on there.
It might be missing a few. I did update
Yeah.
it not too terribly long
Oh, okay.
ago, but
Texas. Hello from Texas. MRN Bricks. You've got to be kidding me. It's based on all of the... Wait, no, sorry. For a second I read that as they're making one for each of the films, but it's based on all of the films. Okay. You scared me for a second there, Nick. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine just a series of Avatar
Avatar
pinballs?
1, Avatar 2, Avatar 3.
Let's look it up. Let's see what it looks like.
All right, let's look her up.
That Happy Clown is creeping me out. Yes! Nyla Showdown is my favorite thing. Oh, so boring. Is that an under the playfield, the lower level? Is that what this is? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Lower Laguna playfield. Some drop targets.
Let's see if we can find it. Let's see a video. Is there a video?
Yeah, Jersey Jack. Cheeses.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, the Battle for Pandora. That's what it's called. Available yesterday.
All right, here we go. Weep. Let's have a look. No sound.
Are you really? I don't need. No, stop it.
So there's, yeah, it's like a little lower playfield kind of thing. Something here.
I wish they wouldn't do it. So there's a couple of under the playfield things. So there's one, and you're fighting the mining people. Okay.
Or is that a crab?
No, I think it's one of the mining machines. Because it's got a little propeller back there.
Oh. I don't know, I thought these were the little eyes and it was like the under the sea crab. Under the, I guess you could probably, that's the newest mod for this game.
3D
Turn it
print.
into the under the sea crab.
I hate when they, I mean, I get it, it's a teaser trailer, but if it came out on, join us on Thursday.
Yeah, so there's some sort of under the playfield thing here and then another one here. That's actually kind of a cool concept, I think, where you've got got some little levels. So when you go under, I imagine you go into the playfield here somewhere and then you can drop down into one of these little lanes that are underneath it. Then it spills you down to this lower playfield. That's kind of a cool concept.
Click on Jersey Jack Pinball because it says there's a full release was done yesterday. Videos.
Here we go.
Deep dive.
I don't want to watch it all, but
No, just skip to the part where they go over the playfield. Or maybe they never do.
Fields are connected. First enter the smaller playfield and you bounce off the pop bumper to complete all.
Oh, interesting. It's a little pop bumper.
it's like what they did in
thing.
Wizard of Oz. They had that little section off to the left-hand side of Wizard of Oz.
Where the house is.
That's the under the sea crab. I swear to God. Under the sea.
I'm always interested.
Oh, it's that.
Yeah, when how much they cartoonize and animate movies, like into pinball machines. Like Starship Troopers, I think they did a pretty good job on, but sometimes I feel like they over-animate live-action movies into animated pinball machines. And I mean, I guess it's hard not to, but I don't know.
All right, so let's see.
Oh my gosh.
15K for the collector's edition.
Ugh. What's so special about the collector's edition? 3 under, 6
I
flippers.
think the lower playfield is the collector wanted. I don't know. Whatever. Spike says, I didn't see that movie, no spoilers. I made it, I think 15 minutes into that second
one or the
movie.
second one?
The second one.
Oh, you know what?
And
I'm
then I
going to
turned it
spoil it
off.
for you. Have you seen Pocahontas? That's the movie.
Well, that's the first one.
Well, isn't the second one identical? They steal a
No,
baby or
the
something?
second one is Dances with Wolves.
Sorry, Spike.
It's the dances with sea wolves. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, right,
I have no
because
idea.
one of the human kids becomes like an avatar person.
And the marine guy that hated all of the
and
avatars.
who died at the end of the first movie, apparently.
Yeah, and they save his DNA and he gets resurrected as an avatar dude. And so now he's a Nabini or whatever they're called.
Sorry,
And
Spike.
yeah, that's like within the first few minutes of the movie. So, but yeah, I never made it past about 10 or 15 minutes of it. Yeah.
Nick says it just looks amazing. And I mean, I bet it's a fun game. I'm not a super huge fan of IP games because I like new themes. Big Lebowski is an exception, and so is Starship Troopers. But Spike says cool music. Luke's here.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Thanks. I got my hair cut.
Right? Where? Oh, haha, thanks. Yeah, Seven's got a nice haircut, right?
Yeah. Finally got rid of those sideburns I was growing.
I know.
My mutton chops.
I don't know, I like them. Nick says Jersey Jack's always pricey. I mean, yeah. American Pinball's been pretty good price-wise.
I would like to get we had talked about what our next big machine purchase is of the ones we want to get. And I think we don't have a Jersey Jack yet, and I would like to get the Wizard of Oz because I think it would go over really, really. We've talked about that here on the live stream, but I think that would go over really well in this arcade.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of people that don't play pinball. I mean, they play pinball a lot here, but they're not like pinball people, right? They like to play. And I think that would go over really, really well in the crowd that comes in here. And I think it's a gorgeous machine. I think it's. We've played it a bit, but not a ton. But every time we've played it, I always had fun.
I always enjoyed it too. We're a little behind on the chat here. Spike says, when I lived in Hoboken, I was known as Jersey Jack, but not in a good way. Nick asked if we have seen Stern's new pin Uncanny X-Men. We were just talking about that the other day.
No, I saw that they had announced it, and I was like, wait, how is this going to be different than their other X-Men? And someone had mentioned on Reddit or something, is like, oh, there's like this Magneto thing. I'm like, how is that different than the first X-Men? Like, I didn't understand, but whatever.
Rick says original concepts got them too. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like you can have a lot of fun with original concepts and you don't have to shoehorn in the IP sort of thing. I don't know. I feel like it gives you a little more to work with.
And I think it depends on the theme too. So like, like Wizard of Oz, it really is a classic design. There's a lot of fun visuals that you can play around with. It's not like a modern IP kind of thing. I don't even know if it's probably it probably isn't owned by anybody anymore. It's probably old enough. And then Dutch Pinball is announcing their newest make is Alice in Wonderland. Same thing. It's classic kind of a thing. You can have a lot of fun with it. It's not some sort of modern thing that's kind of been rehashed. I think that they can have a lot of fun. Although they're kind of focusing on the Jabberwocky deal on that one, which I don't know about. But
is it? I thought it was something else that they were coming out with, not Alice in Wonderland.
There was something about someone was coming out with a Back to the Future or something.
Okay.
But I think that's what they were saying it was. But then it ended up being Dutch Pinball ended up being the Wizard of Oz one. But then I don't know, maybe they're going to do another one. But I didn't hear anything about the Back to the Future one.
Sure. Anything else for you? Okay. That comes to $3.28.
All right.
You can tap or insert. There you go.
Thank you.
We've sold a lot of those. They're very popular. The garbage pail kit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got those in because one of our distributors had Garbage Pail Kid tarot decks.
Really?
And it made me laugh, so I ordered like 5 of them. And we brought those in. And then like a week or so later, those showed up. I was like, whoa, I gotta get a few boxes of those too.
Like, we sold all the tarot decks. People thought they were hilarious. And
we sold those in like a month.
And then we've already sold a box of those. Yeah.
Apparently I gotta buy it.
They're new, so they're bringing them out. Yeah, so the tarot card decks are brand new as well, but the visuals on them are so fun. But on those too, yeah. So people have been buying them. They're just fun little.
Oh, okay. So it's the 86 series.
Yeah.
They've just reprinted those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Without the gum.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they should have just repackaged the gum. The old stuff in there.
There's people that we've seen videos of people that open like those old trading card packets and they try it and the gum just like dissolves in their
It's
mouth.
like powder, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I see Nick just says Williams Hurricane.
How deep do we go?
There's a couple down from the hurricane. There's a comet there as well. I'm missing the cyclone. I'm missing the middle piece.
And Milky Way. Anything else for you?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, 857. All right, you can tap or insert. Enjoy. Now, I'm not sure if we missed this
All right.
one. Nick was saying he's restoring a...
Sorry, Valley Black Rose. Cool.
Yeah.
Nick says used prices are coming down a lot. Good.
Oh, excellent. I mean, we lucked out when we first started collecting. There were a lot of games that we purchased that weren't actually working, and Seven would buy them. And we pulled them out of a lot of people's basements and barns and garages, and then we'd fix them up and stuff. So we lucked out that way. But yeah, all the new ones that we've seen come up. I saw a skate ball come up in New Brunswick for $5,000. Was in really good condition.
A what?
Skate ball in New Brunswick for $5,000. Sometimes it blows my mind which one's like, I mean, if someone's going to pay that price, then...
How is Red and Ted's Roadshow to maintain? When I first got it, both of the eyelid mechanisms had broke right in the middle. And so I had to take them apart. I got both heads out and new eyelids put in them. One of them I had to replace. There's a solenoid that activates I think they're spring loaded. I forget. I think they're spring loaded, and there's a solenoid that activates to open them. And the little plastic bit that activates that or moves that had broke in him. I think in one of them they had broken. So I replaced that, and then I got it all back together again, and then it broke on hers. But I have the parts. I just haven't pulled her out to do it. Other than that, there's the scoop down the middle. There's the vertical up kick, and it goes up and circles around and kicks the ball up and around. It was having a hard time ejecting. And so I went in to look at it, like it had gotten really bad, and I went in to look at it, and that metal bit had, the welds had broken on it. So I pulled it out and I took it to a friend's house, and we welded it together.
There's a video on that
There's a
that
video
Seven
on that,
did.
yeah.
And that same person will most likely be doing a little video on welding together the
Yeah, we're going to figure out how to fix the gear in
twin rifle.
Twin rifle.
Yeah.
But the Roadshow, other than those two things, it really hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
But it is kind of an ugly machine because there's so many layers of stuff.
Yeah.
And
taking apart Red and Ted, you have to take off stuff off the play field.
Red,
and
yeah.
the base.
Red comes out pretty easily, but Ted is a bit of a bear.
Yeah.
But I did figure out a process to get him out without having to disassemble a whole bunch of stuff off the top. And I made a video on that about how you can kind of just get in and move some stuff out of the way. But he also has the thing in front of him that you have to take that whole thing apart. Yeah, it's a bit of a thing. All right, Nick, I'm gonna do a camera safari adventure time, and we'll walk around the arcade. And
that's fun.
Give you a quick tour here.
Make sure you change it over once you get it going. And then maybe while you're walking by, make sure that they know how to play twin rifles.
All right, here we go. Oh. No Wi-Fi found. Hold on. Hold, please. Wi-Fi. I had it turned off.
Oh.
For whatever reason.
Get ready, Nick. Camera safari is happening.
All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. I've got my mic with me.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
So Speakeasy has a light board problem. 1964 Palooka, Volley, Big Lebowski. We have Valhalla, Cue Ball Wizard, Secret Service, Royal Flush, Genesis, and then there's a big Terminator Salvation. Galaga. It's working. It's doing a little demo thing. So if you hit the reload, then this thing.
Okay.
Now it'll start. It,
Have 2 players now?
let's see. Yeah, give it a second here. We'll find out. Yep, 2 players. You shoot it, all the robots from the future. All right. Starship Troopers, Genie, Interflip Dragon. This has a acrylic playfield, which is kind of fun. Roller Games, Royal Rumble, Alien Poker, Tales from the Future, Jackbot, and then Pinbot is offline back here because it's got a visor issue. Sega Monaco, Electra, Big Guns, Flash, Skateball, Hard Body, Roadshow, Break Shot, Hot Wheels, and then Hurricane, Medusa, Lethal Weapon 3, Mars Trek, Comet, Nip It, and Time Zone. Twin Rifle, which is an old electromechanical shooter. Super Hang-On, Space Invaders, Battlezone. Gotta love Battlezone. Oh, it's hard to see. Can't see. Aero Fighters, Bubble Bobble, Tubro, whatever it's called. Bust a Move. Snow Bros. And then in that one is Quicks. And then there's Operation, what do we have here? Operation Thunderbolt. And then this, I love this cabinet. This Atari cabinet. Vindicators. They did another machine in this type of cabinet, but another game, but I don't remember what it was. And then Kid Nicky Radical Ninja. And this is Motor, I always forget the name of this thing. Motor something USA, it's a motorcycle game by Williams. And that's it.
Howdy.
And then this is our candy and stuff, and that's, we still need to name him, Candy Claw Machine, just for fun. And that's a quick tour of kind of what we got going on here. And all of our unusual drinks. We have a few of these things just because they take up no room and people like to play them, so it's fine. And that's that.
Ta-da! No chats on Twitch yet.
All right,
Last
there you go.
time, Nick redacted a message. Uh-oh. Alright. Nick says, I see big guns, hard body, zooming in. Oh, that was before I think you went on Camera Safari. Did you talk about how hard body was our very first game?
Nope.
A hard game for our first game
Hard
before
body.
we realized. We
So,
got
yeah,
pretty
it's
good
an
on that.
interesting game. I think it's severely underrated game because we played the hell out of that machine, and with the mechanical outlays that you can flip up with the extra buttons, it really starts to be a skill to like flip that up and then hit the flipper right above it. And then the ball gets moving so fast in that thing. That's a good game. And then they made the BMX one, which is basically the same layout.
Which game?
It's BMX. It came out right at the same time.
Okay.
And they only made a handful of them, 300, 400 of them or something like that. Playfield looks more or less identical. The upper playfield's a little bit different, but it's more or less the same.
Yeah. Do they have the same outlane thing?
Same outlane thing. And Brian has one of those. And I played that a bit, but I could never get the hang of it. Like,
Funny.
and that kind of explains why they stopped making them, because I think they made some and people got them and they're like, what am I doing here? I don't understand. It just never grabbed me the same.
Yeah. You've blown Nick's mind.
Sorry.
Blown my mind. Nice. Wow. Nice. Classic vector game. You guys ever come to an expos in the States?
The last ones that we went to were when we lived in BC, and we go down to the Seattle Tacoma show,
Yeah.
which is I know the guys that do that, and that people that are involved in that. That's a pretty cool show. They 400 some odd machines. The venue's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We wanted to do. We keep threatening to go to Allentown because it isn't that terribly far away from us. But it just getting this place up and running and everything. And May, it's usually in May, and May things kind of start to pick up around here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird time for us, but maybe next year? I don't know. We've got some
talked about
projects.
it.
We got a project coming up here over the next couple of months, which is going to set us back a little bit in, like our flexibility. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
Did you want to? So the project that were accidentally dubbed last week, Project Hush Hush.
Project Hush Hush.
We're only going to be talking about it on Patreon just because the project is going to be expensive.
And reasons. For reasons.
And so eventually we'll release everything publicly, but for the next couple of months, if you would like behind the scenes look on what this big Project Hush Hush is, and lots of fun, groovy stuff is coming. So if you join our Patreon, I don't think you've updated it yet, no.
I didn't know. I was
We'll
busy.
have, so you can go, I think right now there's 2 tiers. There's $3 and $5. 7 will be updating the tier soon, so you can join one of those, and then if you want to join others, but we think you will like it, and the expansion of the tiers will also have, depending which one you get, we'll send you t-shirts or postcards or stickers or personal videos, all that sort of stuff.
Patreon stuff.
Yeah. But we want to make it fun for people. Anyways, so if you want to join, you can look us up. All right.
2 towels and juice. I
Sounds-
haven't had these since I was little, so yeah.
Excellent choice. Someone else just bought one of the chocolate ones, or maybe the last chocolate one. I don't know. $6.56.
Cool. I have $5. I'll grab the rest in change.
Awesome. All right. You're more than welcome to pour it out if you want to count it.
Yeah.
Make it easier.
And whatever I
Let's
can't pay on there, I'll pay on debit.
75.
I can pay the rest on debit.
Oh, you know what? Forget about it because it's like,
I can just pay it on debit.
okay. I mean, it only ends up being a couple cents for us, so I wouldn't even worry about it. And then we get dinged, and then you might
worry
get
about it.
dinged, so
That's
it's
okay.
fine. Yeah. No. Like, we get charged like 20 cents if you would do that. Yeah. So that's why it's like 20 cents less, and now it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm super
That's
sure.
the nice thing about owning the place is you make up your own rules as you go along.
Right? 100%. Yeah, I'm not going to get upset over 20 cents. Trust me. There's bigger problems in the world. Enjoy. Yeah, it's not worth to do 20 cents on a debit. And you never know, like, they could get charged too. So then she's getting charged, we're getting charged. Doesn't work. Anyways. Long
We all lose except for the credit card companies.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not one of those people that are like adding 20% or whatever, 2% or whatever it is to get back credit card fees, what have you. Anyways, long story short, big project, but we would love to go to the expos in the States. We actually talked about it. If we get Project Hush Hush, I don't know how to express this without giving things away.
So this project that we're working on, we're calling it Project Hush Hush primarily because there's some local reasons why we can't really talk about it right now, like out in the open publicly and all this other stuff. So, but we can talk about it kind of behind a firewall is a good way to explain it, and that's what the Patreon thing is. But it's a project that we're working on. It's going to take a couple of months, and then after that, things will kind of go back to normal a little bit. But this project, well, there's some extra responsibilities that we're going to take on with this project. So think of it as kind of like an addition to what we're doing with the arcade.
Yeah,
that's a good way to kind of think of it. So yeah.
I'm trying to raise my eyebrows, but with my bangs, you can't see them anymore. Seven came up with the name last week, Luke. Project Hush Hush ? And because we're keeping it a secret, and I was like, we got to come up with a better name, and he's like, Project Hush Hush, and so now that's what it is.
It's stuck.
Anyways, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it. I think your mind will be blown even more than it is, Nick. If you think what we have here is awesome, wait until you see what Project Hush Hush becomes. Yeah.
And we're excited about it, so it's really hard to not talk about it.
I know. So Patreon gives us an excuse to be able to talk about it. Eventually, everything will be released, and Seven's going to be making content as well, but it just won't be released online. Back for some more?
Let him really get attacked.
Yes. And trade them with your friends. All right, 454. Perfect. Tap or insert, whatever works for you. Oh, there we go.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Still streaming on Twitch. Yeah.
We're streaming on Twitch.
Put a little note in the chat room. Say hello. Oh, there's 2 people watching on Twitch. Hi, Twitch people. Come say hello. Maybe it's us that's watching. No, that's our account, so we're not watching on Twitch. It's someone else.
Nope.
Maybe it's Erica. We haven't seen her in a while. Let's see. What else do we get? I enter an error. Whistling. Time to go to work. Let's fire that thing up. Oh!
Roadshow stuff.
Ha! Ha!
There's a big one in Orlando in November, going for 3 days in Pinball Bliss. Can't wait.
The local pinball arcade. You read that one.
Local pin arcade I go to is mostly Stearns. They have Jaws, Iron Maiden, Elvira's, Rush, Attack from Mars, John Wick. Pretty cool. I'd like to get an Attack from Mars. That would be one that I would like. And that's the one thing about, like, you can go off island. Well, so there's one other place on the island that has pinball machines, and it's New Stern stuff. And then off island, there's a few places that are around, but a lot of New Sterns kind of what you can find. And so that sort of is my focus. Like, I don't feel like I need to get any of them because other people have them. But other people don't have a skate ball or a Big Guns or something like that, right? There's a place in Halifax that's not too, if you're not familiar with the area, Halifax is a 3-hour drive or something like that from here on the ferry.
Well, with the ferry, yeah, maybe 3 hours, and then with if we drive all the way there, maybe 3.5, 4, right, with the bridge, because we have to drive home, and that's like an hour from the bridge.
But so Halifax isn't too terribly far away, and there is a place in Halifax called Propeller. It's run by a guy named Ian, and he's got probably 10 or 12 pinball machines.
I think he might have more than that. He
Something
might
like
have
that. I don't really
15.
remember.
He's got some arcades in there too.
Arcades and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's has a nice collection of stuff too. He's kind of like us, where he's kind of all over the place. And I don't think he has any new Sterns though. But
No.
he has he had the Electra that we have here. We bought from him. What's your reaction to haggis, and how are you going to get parts for Valhalla? Well, hopefully I don't need any more parts for Valhalla. I heard that haggis kind of like imploded and disappeared like overnight, but I don't know very much about it. I don't.
We talked about that a few weeks ago.
We have a lot of pinball machines. I'm really into pinball. It's called Pinballorama, but I don't really follow pinball stuff. Like I'm usually the last to know for like new game releases and stuff. I don't really follow it. I don't follow pinball news that much. I just sort of see it a little bit. So, yeah. Yeah, haggis and Valhalla are different. Yeah, Valhalla is American pinball. Spike says, I don't have a local pinball joint. The closest is 100 miles away. Each. Spike, you're in like California or something, right?
Maybe we're closer. Maybe we're 100 miles away from Spike. I'm just going to get some more water.
Luke says hi to the Twitch people. I don't even remember seeing anything about haggis pinball very much until they died. Let's look them up. I have some people looking at shirts. Hold on just 1 second. That one? Yeah. Do you want, that's a large. It's a large you want?
Yeah, large.
Sure. All right, with tax, it's $29.90. Go ahead. All right, do you want a receipt?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good,
Look at
thanks.
this. Hey, honey. Ross has this on his truck.
When at the beginning of summer, we ordered a bunch of new shirts, and all of the lobster shirts sold out first. I might. My original idea was that I was going to do a new shirt design like every month or every couple of months, and then we were gonna bring them in. We'd sell out of those, and then I'd make a new design to do that. Then we got open, and I was way too busy to make new shirt designs. So it's a lot to do, yeah. So we ordered that one, and then the two people playing, this one, and some logo ones. Now we're doing a little bit of rebranding kind of deal, so we have a new logo that's coming out. So we'll order some shirts and stuff with that on it. And then I wanted to do some designs that were sort of like this pointy people, like is sort of 50s, like late 50s. I wanted to do some like 70s era ones next. Like lots of like kind of swoopy shapes and stuff like that. That'll be kind of fun, but just need the time. Yeah, it is, yeah. All right, thanks for coming in, guys. See ya. All right. All right. Spike says not in California anymore, moved to rural Tennessee 12 years ago. Wow. Haggis did Celts. Yeah, that's. I was just looking at that, and that's what it looked like. There was a picture of that, and it looks maybe that was all that they had. Permanently closed, it says. That's too bad that it didn't work out for them, but what can you do? It's got to be a hard pinball would be a hard company to start because the machines are so expensive to build in small numbers because everything is so. I think it's cheaper for like Stern with their factory to build 100 pinball machines than it would be for Dutch Pinball, say, to build 100.
Do you want a 20% off coupon?
What is it?
Maybe. I don't know. It's on the floor. I'll keep it. 20%
Oh, it's a
off.
Value Village.
Maybe we'll find. Funny story. One time, someone sent us a link to a fake Fix-It Felix cabinet someone had built themselves, and I closed the arcade to race down and buy it from Value Village, and someone got in there and bought it like moments before I arrived. I think the ball is stuck.
Is it stuck?
7's coming.
You have a stuck ball? I see it. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, so we missed out. But you never know. We found some good stuff at Value Village here and there. I used to work at a Value Village.
Nick says Mars, Attack from Mars is still demanding pricey. Yeah, there's a few games that they just not coming down. Left a lot of people hanging in the wind. Oh, the Haggis guy. Yeah, lots of people lost money. Lawsuits coming.
Everyone is down. He took it all down. Oh, everything is down. Yeah, we heard that like days after, or the day after they announced, just like, we're out of money, we're going bankrupt, we're closing the doors, and then he just wiped the internet of everything. Are they actually on the lam? Has nobody been able to track him down? He had a lot of collectors giving him thousands for pre-orders. The Haggis version of Centaur, which is a beautiful game. Terry Hardy did an unboxing at Texas Pinball. So how many did they actually make? Does anybody know?
Haggis?
The Centaur ones, yeah. Because that was the game that they took pre-orders for, right?
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
We didn't even know about it until we heard about the, what do you call it? Them shutting down and disappearing into the night. I am the night.
Yeah, Spike says they're on the lam. I actually worked for a company, and they were kind of, this was in 2000-ish, startup company, and they were basically making a Google Docs before Google Docs was a thing. And it was targeted towards a particular sector, certain industry. There was video conferencing.
There we go.
There was whiteboarding. There was document sharing, document file share. A bunch of stuff kind of all intertwined in this whole thing. It was a small company of about like 6 or 8 developers. They had 4 or 5 people in network operations and back end support, and then they had, I don't know, 3 or 4 sales and some other office people. Not a big company, but they had like half of a floor of a building downtown with tons of space that wasn't being used because they expected it to blow up at any time, and they were going to start selling lots and lots of product. So they had some product out in the wild. There were some people using it and everything. The owner of the company was just a crazy person. He would run around in the office screaming and yelling at people because he liked swearing and cursing and expecting a bunch of stuff done, get things done, and people hated him. And he kept getting investments in of like, you know, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, something like that. And they were all from people, like they weren't from investment groups, they were from individual people that invested. And I ended up quitting there in, I want to say around October. Everybody came to work in the, I was working remotely at that time. Everybody came into the office to go to work on like a day or two before Christmas Eve. And there was a note on the door that says company closed. He just basically locked the doors and ran. And he owed so much money. And one of the guys said, one of the guys that worked there that I talked to later said that basically he was in hiding because he was afraid that someone that he owed money to or that invested in the company, he was convinced that this guy was going to come kill him because he ate up all of his money and didn't get anywhere with it. But yeah. Nick says it was just deceptive practices from the CEO. He's in big trouble in Australia. I'll have to look that up. It sounds interesting. Maybe we could find a podcast that covers it. We could listen to it on the way home.
Oh, like, yeah.
Oh no, we're taking to Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we could listen to it separately on the way home and then talk about it when we get home.
Oh my God. We finally, if you've been following the car saga, so our little, we'll try and make a long story short. We got the Fiat at the beginning of July.
Yeah, little Fiat 500.
So the funny thing was,
Roadshow reset.
did it reset or did they reset it?
It looks like it just, I don't know.
Do you want to go? Is it not starting a game now?
No, they're not pushing.
Did it
that just
reset?
reset on you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh.
It completely turned off for a sec and then you can't click the whenever you
And
click
yeah,
the
now there's
Yeah, it looks
no
like it just
game.
reset. Yeah, you can start another game on it. We'll see what happens. But
Okay.
that
Weird.
happens from time to time in here. And it's
This
usually
one?
not anything to worry about. but-
This one has a shaker motor in it, and sometimes it shakes itself so hard that it resets.
That it resets.
Yeah, so Saga, Seven went and test drove this Fiat. He drove it all the way from 45 minutes, an hour away, down to our mechanic and back. And then,
I drove it, and when I got to the mechanic, I that's when I noticed that it didn't have a license plate on it and it wasn't registered. I was like, oh crap.
so he drove it all the way back, and then just to be safe, and then we picked it up like a day or two later, but just to be safe, we got a tow truck to pick it up from their house and bring it here, and then we were sneaky gonna drive it a minute up the road. Like, our mechanic is literally down the street from us.
And let me back up. So in PEI, you have to have your car inspected every year, and they won't license the car unless it passes inspection.
Yeah.
And I think that's primarily because if they didn't do that, they use so much road salt in the winter, cars would just rust down
And be
and
falling
just
apart
fall
on the
apart
road.
on the street. So that's
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why they're doing it. And brakes are, we chew through a lot of, I've never gone through so many brakes
Yeah.
anywhere since I lived here.
So that was why he took it to the mechanic. One, just to look things over, and two, to make sure that it was worth it. So we decided to be safe, and instead of Seven driving it down here again, we hired a tow truck. We had it towed to here, and then we were going to drop it off at the mechanic later that night. And then Seven's like, do you want to test drive your new car? Because I hadn't driven it yet. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So then I put it into reverse, and Seven's like, and then we went to put it into drive, and while we tried to do that, the shifter cable popped off, and essentially we were stuck in park in the lot, and in the middle of the parking lot.
No,
here.
we were stuck in reverse in the parking lot.
No, we were stuck in park, because you're like, put it in park and then shift it, and we were in the middle of the parking lot. So we got stuck in, and it doesn't matter, we got stuck in park, in the middle of our parking lot.
Wouldn't go into drive.
Wouldn't go into drive, so we had to call the tow truck to come back, and we waited for an hour because he was super busy. He came back, dragged it up onto his bed, dropped it off at the mechanic, and the mechanic, everyone thought it was just a shifter cable. Well, we weren't sure what it was, but the tow truck driver's like, I think it's just a shifter cable that's popped off because it's not even shifting. Like, it's not, anyways. So the mechanic's like, yeah, it pops the shifter cable back on, and then he goes to move it, and it pops off again. So we like leave it at the mechanic for 2 weeks while we get the strut and a grommet, a bushing to replace that's supposed to fix the issue. Well, we found out that there was actually a recall for that shifter cable. So the bushing fixed it for a while, and then it took us like a month and a half to finally get an appointment at the dealership who was going to replace it for free. In the meantime,
to do the recall work. Yeah.
So it took a month to get it running, and then another month for them to call us back. We took it in last week to finally get the recall piece fixed.
And the recall piece is like the whole shifter cable and the grommet piece
that we had replaced.
Something else, yeah.
And then we went to go pick it up after it was fixed. Seven put it into drive, and guess what didn't shift?
It didn't go into drive. It didn't go out of park.
So then we were angrily called them the next day, and they're like, well.
Yeah, we went to go pick it up after we left here, so it was like, 11 o'clock at night, and they were closed. So we dropped the key off, we left them a note.
Left the key back again. Angry. We thought they were just fucking with us and that they fucked up the car because we're just like classic, they want to get more money out of us. So Seven calls them back in the morning, and they're like, well, technically the piece that the shifter cable connects to, oh, that was terrible, connects to.
It's a receiver. It's like a ball joint kind of thing.
Yeah, it was all
So the
worn.
receiver that it goes into they said it was rusted. I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but so they wanted to. It was going to be like $200 something for them to fix it. Or maybe more.
And Seven's just like, how much is the part?
Yeah.
We'll take it to our mechanic.
So the part was, they quoted me $50, but it actually ended up being $40. And then they put it back together. They put the old grommet and everything back together on the old receiver. And then yesterday we drove it to our mechanic, and then he got it fixed, and it cost him
Another $50.
$50 for him to take it all apart, put the new receiver on
Yeah.
and everything. But he did say that there was a little bit of wear on the old receiver, and now it's much more solid and
Yeah,
clipped in
when
place.
he initially fixed it, he said it was loose originally, and then when we got the new grommet, it was still loose. And when we talked about it, we're like, well, it could, like, that is a 2013 Fiat, and the recall happened not long after. So somehow that car has lasted 13 years without that shifter cable popping off. So we just were the unlucky people that it finally happened. So it was wearing for 10 years, essentially. So anyways, apparently our Fiat car troubles are over, and he said it feels it feels more secure than it has. Anyways, that's our story about what's going on with the car.
And I will say the Fiat 500, it's a tiny little car. I love tiny little go-kart cars. There's actually a YouTube channel that we watch, this Australian guy, and he calls little cars like that nuggets. And that's basically what it is. It's a nugget of a car.
Dank pod and
dank
garbage
pods.
time.
Garbage Time. Garbage
Yeah.
Time is his car one. And he has a drum channel as well. He's a hilarious
And
kind
a
of
snake channel.
screamy kind of Australian.
But he's
Guys.
so like just
He's like a kook.
really funny. And like some of the ones he's done, he put Nutella in his
Nutella and mineral oil in
his engine.
In his engine.
and
at the same time, there was already the
Pepsi?
previous one that he did. He replaced his coolant with Pepsi.
Yeah.
So there was Pepsi as a coolant, and then this Nutella thing, and it drove for like just a few minutes before the Nutella
yeah, he got like
bound on it.
oh yeah, it seized the whole thing and it cooked and he like came out and they were like scraping the Nutella like this hard. They said it looked like the cornstarch had essentially solidified back
Yeah.
into a cornstarch.
They're like a
bath.
non-Newtonian fluid is what
Yeah.
And,
Oh my god.
And the funny thing is, the thing that surprised me, I thought they were just going to kill this car. I thought they're going to put chocolate in there, and then they're going to drive it, and then the car's going to blow up, and then they're going to take it to the junkyard. No, they did that. They blew up the car, then they put it up on a hoist, and they
And
took
then
the
they-
engine apart, and
and-
then they cleaned the engine.
And they do that whenever they do
flushed
this.
it out,
Yeah.
and then put it all back together again
And
to
it-
see if it would keep running, and
And it
did.
Oh my god, it's so amazing. We're back behind
Yeah.
in the chat
Anyway.
again. Okay, so
So,
those
anyway, the cool thing, we live about 45 minutes away from here, and so our other car, we bought a hybrid, but the hybrid rusted itself out, and then so we have a 6-cylinder van, which is like too much gas.
it's great for hauling bowler though.
great for hauling stuff, but yeah. So that's why we got the little Fiat is
Yeah.
because I'm driving up here,
Yeah.
five times. Well, I'm doing the drive there and back 5 times, if not more, a week. So, yeah, just lease. Yeah, I've never done that. I've leasing a car. I'm hit and miss on it. I don't know. I mean, maybe here it makes sense, but I don't know what it costs. But I kind of like just paying a few grand for a car and then not having to worry about it. And then in 5 years, you kind of throw it away and get another
I
one.
mean,
and it's
some
not a
people
big
say
deal.
like if you like, I don't know if it's lease, but essentially you buy the car, but you're on a payment plan with the company, but I don't really know what would be better because I know people that do that, but it's just like
Well, I mean, we got the little Fiat. We paid like $4 grand or something for it, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at if it lasts us 4 years, then that's $1,000 a year.
that's less than $100 a month
Yeah.
for
So
a car. Spike says
tax
here-
deductible.
Here we use fish brine for the roads, and not nearly as bad as salt, but it doesn't get really. Is that for real? Or you, Spike? I'm gonna look that up.
Well, they brine the roads here. I mean, it's just
fish brine. Okay.
it's just salty.
Thanks so much. You guys
Thanks for
have a
coming
great
in.
evening.
See ya. Yeah, I mean they use a brine for salting the roads here, but I think there's just more salt.
Luke says they have a really nice pinball arcade in my neighborhood, more or less. It's actually called a museum. They have an awesome collection of pinballs and pinball memorabilia. We kind of talked about that. We wanted to do that. We'd love to have the space to do that. We did have a collection where we are now. Our counter used to be over there, and we had machines back here from the 30s up to now. And then as we just needed more and more space, we pulled all of the ones that were on display. And so we don't have them here anymore. Is this actually located in
Oh my God, this picture is awesome.
Germany? Because Luke didn't know. Where are you from, Luke?
Where did that picture go? That's the emulating the Twilight Zone backlash.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Contact. Where is it?
No, it's a Dutch pinball museum.
Oh, it is. It's in Rotterdam. Oh, Luke. Well, if we ever make it out there, because I would love to go and visit the Dutch.
It's here. That's where it is.
Oh my God, on a canal? It's on a canal? That is so cool. Luke, you know what we watch is this,
She watches.
I don't necessarily like him. I like seeing the treasures that he gets. I find this guy kind of annoying, but it's called Bondi Treasure Hunter, and it's this guy that lives outside of Amsterdam, or in Amsterdam. He moved there from Australia, and he's got a Dutch wife, and he likes going magnet fishing. And I just like it because there's so many old things that he pulls out of the canal, and then he pulls out bikes and stuff. I find him annoying a bit, but I enjoy. Oh, amazing! But I enjoy like seeing what they find. I haven't found any other channels that I like as much.
Flipper casting.
Is that what a pinball machine is called?
Electromechanic-ish flipper casting.
Electromechanical pinball machine. Google this, Dutch
Flipper
to
casting.
English, if that's what a pinball machine is called. Oh, it's German? Get the fuck out.
It might be both.
Wait, is Rotterdam in Germany or?
Dutch. Flipper cast. Pinball. Yeah, so it's same, they use the same word. Flipper casting. I love
I'm
it.
gonna use that.
Solid state flipper casting. 31, 40, 70. Dot matrix flipper casting.
What does dot matrix mean?
That's
Solid state?
that's the dot matrix would be like Starship Troopers. That era.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look at that. Okay, Luke says you'll probably love the European fuel economy of the car. Yes. Just lease. Oh, wait, we've already been there. Spike says no, they just throw warm fish on the roads when it snows. Netherlands, Rotterdam. Nick says awesome, would love to visit. Spike says Rotterdam looks cool. Isn't that where Rammstein is from? They're German, aren't they? Right? Rammstein? I heard that Rammstein named themselves after the air show where like a whole bunch of people died at some air show. Let's look that up, shall we? So, Rammstein Air Show disaster happened in '88 in West Germany, Rammstein Air Base. Yeah, Rammstein was named after this catastrophe. The second M was initially added by mistake, but the band eventually embraced the misspelling as its literal translation is ramming stone. I like Rammstein. I didn't listen to them a lot. I was always I leaned more towards like Einstürzen und Bauten. I was more into that sort of industrial kind of stuff. Or Einstürzende Neubauten, I guess is how you would say it. And I sort of missed when Rammstein kind of first came out. And recently, like within the last year, I kind of got caught up on their stuff. And I have to say, they probably make some of my favorite videos. Their music videos are amazing, and I watched a bunch of their live shows and stuff, and their live stuff is incredible. Like, it's just cool. Musically, they're okay-ish for me. It's not. I don't even. I like it, but it doesn't grab me. Like, it's hard to explain. It's cool. I like to watch the videos, and I like to listen to their things and watch them live and that kind of thing, but I don't ever really listen to it like when I'm driving in the car. That kind of thing, right? Yeah. But I've been enjoying I was enjoying catching up on them. And then the other band that I was like looking into was Ghost, which I was very let down by. For some reason, there's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube about Ghost, like reaction to Ghost, and like people watching their videos and commenting on it and stuff like this. And there's a lot of them, like a lot of those videos about Ghost. And I saw a bunch of stuff. All of a sudden, my feed was like my YouTube feed was filled with Ghost videos, and Ghost does live this and that, like all this stuff, and the lore behind the band and all of this. And I was really, like, I really wanted to like them. And the first song that I heard by them was "Call Me Little Sunshine," and I'm like, okay, this is okay. It's okay, so fine. Not really like Satan worshiping heavy metal kind of stuff that I expected, but it's fine. It's fun. The song's fine. And then the next one that I saw, the music video, the song is called "He Is," and the music video is what I saw next, which is brilliant. The music video is so good because it kind of parodies the like mega churches, like American mega churches. And there's a fantastic scene where the guy is going around with the collection tray, and he's getting collections, and at the same time he's taking money out of the thing and putting it in his pocket, like, and not even casually or like in the slideshow, like, that's mine. And then there's a great little baptism scene at the end that's hilarious, and it's just fantastic as a video and a project, as a thing. Song's fine. And then I tried to listen to a bunch of other stuff. I got like 3 of their albums and listened to them, and I really wanted to like them, and I just couldn't get into it. They reminded me a lot of Styx. Like, it's sort of that theatrical, almost over the top kind of music. It's a little formulaic on how the songs are put together. But I wanted more. I expected more, and I just wasn't. Yeah, I really wanted to like them, but I just couldn't do it. But they just came out with a movie or something, and I might watch that and see. I mean, I think I like the concept of the band better than the band. I think it's funny what they're doing. I think that there's just they're hilarious as a concept, but I can't get into the music. I should probably keep an eye on we don't get a lot of people watching on the Twitch. Maybe someday we'll have more people watching on the Twitch. What time is it? 9:34. Hey Spike, are you guys doing a movie night tonight? It was as if a joke. Oh, and yeah, speaking of bands, apparently the new Marilyn Manson album came out, and I saw he put out a video, and I just stumbled across it like that day that it came out, and it wasn't bad at all. It reminded me a lot of kind of his.
I'm gonna open the door.
Yeah. What was the album before Mechanical Animals? Let's look.
Ooh. It's starting to sprinkle outside.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Are we talking about Marilyn Manson's new album?
Yeah, I just mentioned it. It actually reminds me a lot of the Hollywood album. That song, the latest song. And I think that he was working again with Twiggy on their like the Wikipedia doesn't have anything new past 2020 listed yet. So I don't know what's going on with this new product, but it was not bad. It was pretty good.
Trying to get all of our quarters.
No movie tonight. Reset is sick with the croup
From the what?
cough.
Oh.
Everyone
I'm
stumbled
actually
across
feeling
it that day.
okay.
Must have cost a lot, but not a bad video. Are you talking about the Manson one? Yeah, I was impressed because I thought Mechanical Animals was pretty good. Let's see. So Antichrist Superstar was fine. There was some good stuff on that. Mechanical Animals I liked because there was.
Last time I was in here, you had my favorite one was a riverboat something.
Riverboat Gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's in
Or
storage.
storage?
We swapped it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just,
It'll come back.
yeah, just move things around. So that guy, he came in earlier today, and he was just like, oh, you move things around. He hasn't been in since we had the thing over
So a
there.
year, yeah.
And so he was like, how busy do you get? If I came in 3 people tonight, would you be busy? And I was like, nah, we'll be fine. And then I said, probably won't be that busy. And he comes in, and there's 25 people in here, or whatever it is. 16 people.
Yeah, but I liked Mechanical Animals. There was some good stuff in that. There was a couple things where I thought they, like the sort of that not so fluid swing that they put on. I think I don't like the drugs, where it's a little mechanical swing, like the Quantize was a little too tight. I don't know, it didn't have a nice fluid motion, but most of the other ones I thought were pretty good. Pretty good songs. And then let's see, Hollywood is what's on that one? Fight Song, Disposable Teens.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fine. I like that one. Golden Age of Grotesque, I
that's
quite
the one
like.
everybody knows. Yeah.
I thought that was one of their better ones after.
This is the new shit.
After
Mob
Mechanical
Scene.
Animals. And there's a song on that, the This Is the New Shit song. That's a song that I like to listen to when I'm testing studio monitors, because the mixing and everything about that track it's a really good reference track for distortion and the placement. I just love the mix on that song, so it's one that I use. But yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff on that one. But then I think it was after that. Yeah, after that, I think that's when
Twiggy left.
Twiggy left, because he was still there for. No, he was gone on Golden Age.
Well, scroll down. Is he not listed at all? Oh, interesting.
But yeah, so and then there was nothing that really grabbed me since then.
And so why is that new one not here? Or is
I don't know. It hasn't been updated, so I have no idea what's going on.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Dick says, I forgot to ask earlier, you guys on CoinDrop, token, card system. So we're on pay to enter, and we have kind of a funny pricing model. We do $14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours. And the reason why is because when we first opened, I didn't want to tap people on the shoulder every hour and remind them that their hour is up. Most people play for a little bit over an hour before like if they don't play a lot or don't play commonly, they kind of burn out after between an hour and 90 minutes. So the idea was, okay, a movie is about 2 hours of entertainment. It's $15. People that have a problem paying that. If we can get $15 on everybody that comes in here, we'll hit our numbers, considering we have enough people come in, right?
Bye, Spike.
And so that was the idea. So when we opened, that's what we did. You could only buy 2 hours. But then we had a lot of people who are going, well, I don't want to play for 2 hours. I only have an hour. I don't want to buy 2 hours and leave. You're like, it's only $15. Like,
Yeah, and you're getting the second hour for free, literally because we don't want to tap you on the shoulder.
and so people started looking at it as like, okay, it's basically $7.50 an hour is what they were how they thought. And so if they left, if they only played for an hour and they left, they were wasting $7.50. So and they were offering like, well, I'll pay you $7.50 and we'll only stay for an hour. So after about a month of that, we changed it. I'm like, forget this, I
I think
can't.
it was even less than a month. It was like 2 or 3 weeks in, and we were so tired of it.
Kept having that conversation. So I came up with the idea, okay, well, what if we change it to $14.95? People didn't have a problem with $15. I mean, 80% of the people were paying 2 hours and not having any. They're like, oh, that's a good deal. And it's not an outrageous price for the area. So I thought, okay, well, let's change the value of the perception of value. So $14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours. The majority of people are going to pay for 2 hours. The people who only want to pay for an hour, now the value is it's $14.95 an hour.
And you're getting a bonus hour
And-
for 5 cents
and
more.
the 5 cents more. So we changed it to that, and the conversation stopped.
Yeah, we
People accepted it; they were fine with it. So it's very
rarely
strange.
have it. We do have it an all-day rate though, because he was asking.
Yeah.
And that's $40. We also have a top-up. So if you wanted to, if you came in for 2 hours and you're like, oh my God, I want to stay all day, then we won't charge you $15 plus 40. We'll just charge
have a
you the
top-up,
difference.
yeah.
So it's just another $25. And we have, I mean, we haven't had too many. We've had maybe 10 or 20 people over since we've been opened, and most of them are either tourists or people that are like. There's one guy that came in for 2 days from New Brunswick, and he was going to like some pinball championship, and he was trying to play games that were on the list of the competition list. So he came in and he was looking for volley, and I think Alien Poker was one of them, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know Volley was one.
Yeah, and so, and he had a really good time. I've never heard how he did though.
of them. He did fairly well.
Yeah.
And then he quit.
Not surprised.
Yeah, he did really, really well, but then he stepped away from playing because he just found it too stressful and he wasn't enjoying it anymore.
Yeah.
It was because he was like, he wasn't playing for fun, he was playing to win. And so there was kind of a difference, so he stepped away from it. I don't know if he's still in leagues or anything anymore. We haven't seen him, so.
Well, that's kind of like how we're weird pinball people because we're not into competition at all. And we just like it for the gimmicks and the fun of it and seeing other people have fun. And I mean, there's nothing, like if you really like to be in competition, that's fine. I'm just saying for us, We're non-competition
I'm
people.
not very. I've never been really competitive.
We just like to have fun, yeah. I'm not super competitive either, unless it's Scrabble.
And actually, if you go around and you look at most of the games in here that I've collected, you look at something like Royal Flush, where it's a very objective-based thing, where you've got a big bank of drop targets and 3 jokers that you have to, and you only have 1 ball to do it, because every ball, it resets everything. So I love those types of machines where it's not complex, but it's difficult, right? And a lot of the games in here are kind of like that, where it isn't complex to do it. But to understand what you're supposed to, it's not complex, the objective isn't complex, but doing it is difficult. So, yeah. Let's see here.
Nick just watched.
Just watched a maintenance video on Red. You do all your own maintenance. I'm trying to land a part-time job down here. I work for Lockheed and I fix pins as a hobby. So I do almost all of my own maintenance. The one thing that I don't do yet is working on CRT monitors, because I haven't taken the plunge of feeling that I have to yet, and I know that there's a lot of electricity packed, and they can pack a punch. I know how to decharge them, to discharge the capacitors and the tube and all that. I just haven't done it yet. So,
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Gonna play for the last hour and a bit.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. All right. Is together?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, you get $5 off. So, alrighty. Anything else right now? Any drinks or snacks?
That's good for now.
Okay, $28.75 is your total.
Thank you.
And once the little green light, it's just waking up, comes on, you should be good to go. And you guys have been in before, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. Perfect. I'll give you stamps on your hand. One for you.
Thank you very much.
One for you. If you have any questions or get a fabulous stuck ball, let us know.
Awesome. Thank
All
you.
right.
yeah. So, yeah, I do a lot of the maintenance stuff. For the pinball machines, I do all of that. And then, yeah, the CRTs and some of the, I don't have a whole lot of experience with video arcades, and each thing they have their own quirks. So I do have there's a guy over just on the other side of the bridge, and he does a lot of video game and pinball stuff. We're actually I was talking to him the other day, because we have about 5 video games that we need some tinkering with, and so we offered to have him come. It costs money not to go from the mainland to the island, but it costs $50 to take the bridge off the island.
Yeah.
So he's about an hour out. So I said, well, we'll pay for your travel time and for your bridge fees and stuff, and for whatever time you spend here, we're going to have him come over. We'll get a bunch of games set up that he can look at, video games, because it's easier and cheaper in the long run than us taking them over to his place one at a time or whatever. And
His place.
he's
I
packed. God, he's so busy.
He posted a picture of something for sale the other day. It looked like a converted VLC. And in the background was a time crisis that I don't know if it's his or if it's that one that he's been working
That's
on
Ian's.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just, so
That monitor problem.
his place is packed, and I'm sure he would enjoy the breathing room, because he's so busy. So
Yeah.
we're lucky that we're kind of booking him out a little ways, asking him if he can come out maybe next month and take a look, and then assess everything, buy the parts that he needs, and then come back and do it all at once instead of one at a time. And then, because we had him fix another machine and we brought it back, but it was like
Something
something
happened to it.
rattled loose. He also
Yeah.
left his phone in that game.
God.
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
When I went to go pick it up, we took the back off of it, and he got his phone out and he turned the flashlight on, and he's like, so this is what I did, and he's pointing out and he's showing me what he did in the back of it. It was a monitor thing, and he set his phone down inside the cabinet, and he was dinking around with some wire and showing the thing, And then we started talking. Like every time we see each other, we end up talking for like 45 minutes about just crap. And so we were talking, and then we put the back on it. We loaded it up in the car. I drive away, and he sent me a message on Facebook, which I don't have on my phone. So I didn't even know about it until I got back here.
Well, no. So what happened is we got back here, and Jacob was here, our employee, and they unloaded it from the car. And then Jacob, you pulled the back off because it was making a high-pitched sound, and you guys were trying to dial that in. And then Jacob went and handed you.
He handed
your
me a phone. I was like,
And-
this isn't left.
And so Seven handed it back to him and was like, here you go. And Jacob's like, no, this isn't my phone, it's your phone. And Seven's like, that's not my phone. And then we shortly after that figured out it was Julian's.
Yeah.
And then Julian and his wife were like frantically
We were
messaging.
messaging back and forth on
And,
Facebook. He couldn't message me on Facebook because his phone was in the thing. So he had her do it.
Yeah, his wife
Yeah,
was doing
it
it.
was-
Anyways, we shipped it to him. We got up early and we got it to the Maritime bus so that
Yeah.
it was like on the bus to him for that afternoon.
There's a bus, kind of like Greyhound bus, but it's just a local thing, and it goes from various towns, and you can ship through it. So we put it in an envelope, and then they took it into Moncton, and then he picked it up at Moncton
Yeah.
the next day. So
Yeah, that one is kind of the one that we got. It's Lethal Enforcers, and it's been
Lethal Enforcers 2.
A little finicky. So I think
Yeah.
when Julian comes, it's going to be something silly where he's just going to go whoop, and
Yeah.
it's going to fix because the screen's been going off and there's sound issues. But Julian's going to come and just go wee wee, and he's
And then
going
when
to fix
the
it.
power supply had an issue with that,
Yeah.
it just
So-
there's been a couple of quirks on that.
We'll figure that out. But yeah, it'll be good to have it all. Nick's got quite a few questions.
Oh
follow
yeah.
up.
Nick says, I just love fixing the solid state pins, bringing them back to life. Yeah, I like, my favorite to work on are the electromechanical ones. Those are the ones that I enjoy because I usually don't have schematics.
Hi.
When did you open?
Like
How many years have you?
Oh,
2 years, a little over 2 years.
Yeah, just a little over 2 years. In the summer of like July 2022. Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's good to see it. Just seems to be a bit of a resurgence, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's lots of little places are opening up. There's lots of pinball companies that are making new games now as well. You don't.
Yeah, well, you took it for this one, but wow.
Yeah, you don't actually like. Well, there's lots of new pinball machines. You'll find a lot of new pinball machines out in the wild. It's actually very uncommon to find older ones. They're so we like to have like an eclectic thing. But if you go to other arcades and stuff, there's not too many that have like a collection of them outside of the last 10 years. Yeah.
And that's what I find very charming. I'm kind of gravitating towards the older ones.
I know.
Yeah.
There's just something.
many hours at university.
You mean you were fine-tuning your skills in university, right?
wouldn't be the golf I am today if it wasn't for the pinball.
There you go. Amazing, yeah. Well, and we're open year-round, so you guys can come back anytime. We're open Wednesdays through Sundays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays we're open till 11, the rest of the week until 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. And the oldest one was what, 1960?
64.
yeah,
That's the oldest in here. Oldest in the collection is 1934.
yeah.
Have one that's
Yeah, no flippers.
And then we have-
it's
yeah.
just plunger and holes and pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had it out last time.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a chronological order along this wall here.
We
So
ran
had
out of room.
30s, we had some from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, yeah.
Yeah. We're hoping bigger space, and maybe we can bring them back again if we find a bigger space. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you guys have a lovely
Thanks,
evening.
guys.
Thanks for coming in. Hey, but you still had a good time, right? There you go. I don't think he heard me.
Nick says, do you get most of your pin from a distributor or do you buy on your own? Mostly buy on my own.
Yeah.
The three that we bought new, we had to get from distributors. So the 2 American pinball ones that we bought new in the box, though there's a guy over in Halifax that he has a bunch of American pinball ones. So we could actually go and pick up like an Oktoberfest or Houdini. He's got a couple of those in
Oh
stock.
yeah, that's
and
right. Does he
I
do
don't-
any other outside of American pinball? I feel like he gets one or two other ones in.
He
here
has
and there.
he has a bunch of. Unfortunately, he's got a bunch of the home versions of like arcade legends type games.
Oh.
So they're not. You can't put them on coin play. And they're nice machines,
Yeah.
but they're super expensive for what they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and I don't know if he has. I didn't hear that he got a Galactic Tank Force yet. I'm really interested in that.
About that one.
But
yeah.
I would like to get one because it's gorgeous, but I want to play one first because I've heard a little bit back and forth on it. But
Well, maybe we should, next trip we go out to Halifax, get in touch with Greg. Tell him, we're thinking about buying a Galactic Tank Force. Do you have one that we could try? And then if we do end up buying one, we'll buy it from him. Yeah. And then our other distributor we used for Big Lebowski is
I got a ball of stuff.
fabulous. Seven's gonna come. I'll pop over here. Well, I'll just move over. The other distributor we use
there it is.
is CoinTaker. So if you're looking for
There you
a
go.
distributor for newer games in the U.S., CoinTaker was really great to work with, and they're one of or the only.
So on the newer
distributor
games,
for Lebowski in the US.
if it gets stuck somewhere,
So I think they're based out of
the
they might
the
be
system
based
knows
out
there's a
of
ball
Canada,
in
I can't
play,
remember.
but it doesn't
But
notice
they're
any
just called
switches or
CoinTaker,
anything
so you
getting
can
triggered.
see what new games
So in
they
this
have.
case, it was sitting right up
We
against the
ordered
pop
from them,
bumper.
and then
There's a little
had
place where it
them
sometimes
ship it
gets
up
stuck
to
up there.
Maine, 'cause
So
I think
after about a
shipping
minute,
is
it's like there
included
should be
in the
something
US,
going on, and it starts
then we
cycling all the
drove across
solenoids.
border to pick
And
it
so
up,
when I walked
which
over, it
was
had
a
just cycled it
whole
free.
Big,
So you didn't
crazy
guys
adventure.
spell.
I didn't
And
know.
Nick,
Okay,
if you
very
wanna
cool.
watch that video on picking up our Big Lebowski, it is an adventure and it's crazy, and you would probably enjoy it.
He's painting the ceiling. I'm going to go over and give him a hard time. I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
just want to go look at it.
All right. So you can't see this. I'm not sure if Nick, if Seven showed you this when you were on Camera Safari, but we're in the same building as a pizza place, and this side that we're in used to be a larger dining room. It's gone through a couple of transitions over the years. It was a place called Maggie's for a really long time that had like a buffet where the back wall is. And then there was, I think, a Chinese restaurant in here. There it goes. Stuck ball, released. There's a Chinese restaurant in here, and then maybe an Italian place, and now it's a pizza place. But, and they had started to renovate this room right before COVID, and then COVID hit, and then nobody was dining in anymore. So they have a tiny little dining room on the other side, plus a couple tables and chairs in the front. And the dining room has kind of been in this. Oh, I'm gonna go see if I can help them with this stuck ball. Do you have another stuck ball?
I think today.
Let's see.
It's up to the coin bag.
Oh, it'll release some of the machines, and I think it released before. They have these quirky spots where balls get stuck, and
The other one was just stuck there, and then it
yeah, and so on the newer machines like 90s and later, it's going to release. It does this thing called cycling, and it cycles through every moving part it can, and it does that after about a minute if it doesn't register any points, because the computer knows the ball must be stuck. But it's really interesting because they test these for like hundreds of hours to find places where balls get stuck, and inevitably, good job, you just need to get it in the middle scoop and you get multi-ball. No! But inevitably, there's always a place, and so we've come to find the places on certain machines, and that's the spot there. Hot Wheels has an identical spot on its pop bumpers. There's a little spot up behind the slide where it gets stuck here. Like all of them have these little sweet spots now where they get stuck, and you wouldn't have known it until it's been played for thousands of hours.
That's so cool.
Oh my God, you did it! Sorry, I forgot I was wearing my mic, but you kind of got like a little maintenance lesson. Oh, are you heading out? Oh, well, thanks for joining us, Nick. Sorry. I don't think we finished talking about that, but for the most part, we own all of our own machines. We pulled a lot of these out over the last 7 years. Thanks so much. You guys have a great evening. And don't forget, we're open year round, so come back anytime. Awesome. Bye. This is a really sweet group of kids that have come in a few times. I think they graduated from high school last year or something. They're really cute, and they've come in for a couple people's birthday parties. Like each of the friends groups, and like now they've got boyfriends and girlfriends and partners. Very cute. Anyway, so we picked up all of our own machines all over the place. If you hit the button in the middle on the right, hit it on the right, and that'll start 2-player. And then once you trigger, that starts the game, and the first shot triggers the timer that's in the middle of the back glass, and you have 1 minute to shoot as many things as possible. So if you press the button, it should reset. I'm not sure if there's anyone else still on the stream. Say hi. I'm not sure if you're still around, Luke. I know Spike, and it looks like Nick has left, but thanks so much for joining us. Anyways, we're getting pulled all over the place between the comments and what we were talking about. So our own machines, we picked them up over the last 7 years, pulled them out of a lot of basements, bought a couple new ones, talked about that. The restaurant next door, 7 left to go talk to them. Anyways, there's new restaurant owners. We have a new building owner who is not the easiest person to work with. However, the new restaurant owners are awesome that have that business. And so they've really been trying to update the restaurant side, and so they're working on the little dining room, and they're painting it the same red as on that wall in the background, and so they're just trying to make it look nice. Hello, Luke. So great that you're still here. What is your favorite game in the Dutch Pinball Museum? And question, does the Dutch Pinball Museum actually have a Dutch pinball game, which is The Big Lebowski? I'd be curious to know. Oh, so many messages. I just can't. Perfect. Oh, so many things going on. Because I have not a second job. I have a day job, and then work from the arcade, and then work at the arcade in the evenings and on some weekends, and Seven's here all the time, and then we've got Project Hush Hush going, and I've got to go out for work to BC, and then we had all the car stuff happening, and then I was already in BC a few months ago. It's been a crazy year. Excellent, so great to hear that they have a Big Lebowski. I wonder if they got like one of the first ones there. Do you ever see like the owners of Dutch Pinball at the Dutch Pinball Museum? There's a place in Seattle, you could look it up if you're ever out there. It's a nice little place. It's called the Seattle Pinball Museum, and they do a combination of there's a game that's running. Sorry, people always ask, do you mind all of the sounds in the arcade? And no, I honestly don't. What I mind is games that are left running. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Games that are stuck on abandoned. That's what I'm trying to say. It's roller games. Hold on, I'll be right back. I can recognize which game it is based on the sounds, and I really don't mind when all of the games are going. What I do mind, oh no, Royal Flush is having a problem. Turn it off, turn it on again, tilt, start. Not kicking out a ball. Okay. I'm gonna have to tell Seven about that. All right. I'm gonna turn roller games off. So abandoned games annoy me the most because it's the same sounds over and 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 over. And we've talked about this before. Don't like Stearns that are music related or any music related games because I can't imagine listening to the same 30-second clip over and over and over and over and over again of music. But it is funny that you no, I think that's all of them. One of the other funny things is working in the arcade. You recognize this when someone's abandoned a game, the little loop of sound that it plays. And the other thing that you recognize is which game is cycling. You can recognize the cycling cycles of, is that the right term? When all of the mechanisms are cycling when a ball is stuck. And so except for like the common ones, so Hot Wheels, Brake Shot, Hurricane, Royal Rumble, Medusa, Lethal Weapon, Starship Troopers, Roller Games, Valhalla, Big Lebowski, Tales from the Crypt, all of them. When they start cycling, you they do it often enough, and Big Guns, that I could pinpoint them. But it's when there's a rare, not a rare one, but an uncommon one that maybe never gets stuck. Those ones are interesting because you're like, which one is that? I don't recognize that. But it is funny how there's certain sounds that you can pinpoint what game it is. That's like any game that has a sound, if it was left abandoned, I could probably tell you exactly what game it was. Like just now, it was like, what game is it that has an abandoned game on it? And I couldn't see what it was, but I could hear it and figured out it was Roller Games. The owner, so backing up, anyways, ramble. Luke says the owner Gerard is very nice and pinball knowledgeable guy. That's awesome. It's nice when you meet other fun, like-minded people. Is he the one that has on the website we saw like a remake of emulated the picture on the back of Twilight Zone? Is that a picture of him? That's the owner? Because that is a great photo. It's really, really good. We should do some fun photo shoots like that. We've actually there was a group called, I think they were called Zomb Eyes, and they were making a music video here. Let's see. Oh no, did we get some chats on Twitch? No, we haven't, but we've got one person watching. Hello, person watching on Twitch. They were called Zomb Eyes, I think, Charlottetown. And they came in and they filmed a music video. I'm sure, and they had an Instagram account. Like, you know what it is. Yeah, where are they? I swear their name was Zombies. like zombie, but instead of IES, it was EYES. Anyways, we've had 2 groups come in and film music videos, and we had an engagement session in here, which was pretty cool. And, which reminds me, and I am also an ordained marriage commissioner, or whatever, I guess, or legally licensed, whatever, marriage commissioner. And so I can do marriages anywhere on PEI, but we did it so that we could have fun at the arcade, and if anyone wanted to do something different, get married here, that was the thing to do. Let me see if I can, I was gonna check, I haven't, trying to see if I can log into my email, there we go. Awesome photo and remake, it really is. There's, it'd be interesting to, so I had this crazy idea, I like sewing, and I thought it would be really fun to make the outfits from pinball machines, but I don't know who would be interested in that. So like make the outfits from Genie, and make the outfits from Legends of Valhalla, make the outfit from Hardbody, which would be ridiculous, make the outfits from Red and Ted's Roadshow. I don't know, I just thought it would be interesting to do that, like making outfits from pinball machines. Let's see. Quote needed. The door wedding ceremony. When was this? Let's tie the knot. I don't think this is real. Someone sent me an email, asked if please respond to my inquiry. I had another person email me about getting married, and I knew that it was fake, because they were just like, I was like, I need more information, and they're like, we'll cover your cost. I was like, yeah, but you can't just say we'll cover your cost. I need to know when and where, and you also can't ask me last minute. So it was some kind of scam. I don't really know what it was. But I've just got another one that is obviously a scam. Because it's like, who writes to you about getting married going, I hope you are doing well as I write this. Please let me know if you are available to do our wedding ceremony. Please read the following wedding specifics and reply with your quotations. On October 19th, we will tie the knot. There will be 40 guests, and the ceremony starts at 2 p.m. The officiant's mandatory arrival time at the rehearsal has not yet been disclosed. We can schedule a rehearsal date and time as we proceed. If needed, the officiant will be provided with transportation to the venue and help to submit the marriage license to the court once the wedding is completed. Please respond with your quote so we can move forward. Nope. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
We were just talking about how Hey, Chris is in the chat! Just popping
Hi,
on for a
Chris.
second to say hi. I played the new Stern Star Trek in Calgary today. Are you on your way back from Las Vegas? Did you fly to Calgary and then oh my god, thank god. Are you flying Air Canada? Are you okay? My flight might be canceled next week. You're lucky you're coming back right now. Can't use sound where I'm at. Just hope my home arcade friends are doing well. Huh, we're not doing too bad. Here, I'll pop out of your seat.
So I was next door getting the dish on our crazy landlord, because they have to deal with our crazy landlord too.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that later.
We'll talk about that
It's funny.
offline. Yeah. So Nick had to pop off. We chat. I'm sorry. I lower his seat. I don't know why I don't like being as high. Nick had to pop off, but Luke is still here. We've been talking about Dutch Pinball Museum, and he says the guy that owns it, his name is Gerard. He's very nice. He says that the photo that you looked at that you're like, that's really groovy.
The Twilight Zone?
Yes,
thing?
is him. And then I was talking about how I have had an idea of doing costumes from all of the pinball machines for a period. And then we started talking about being...
Well, you told him about about our friends that dressed up as Speakeasy.
Oh, I didn't. No, but that's really funny. Speaking of this couple that did not get married here but are married and really fun, they dressed up as Speakeasy. But I was talking about being marriage commissioner, and then Chris jumped on the chat, and that's got you all caught up.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah.
Because I did post it on Facebook.
Okay. I'm just gonna move to the side.
It was
here
a
for
year
second.
ago.
Yeah, I guess it was last Halloween because
Yeah.
we had the Halloween special.
But maybe I can scroll down real quick. Yeah, it was genius. There's a couple that come in here, and we did on Halloween last year, like a costume thing where if you come in costume, you got a little bit of a discount or something like that. I forget what we did. And they
I think we
came
did
in.
20% off. Yeah.
They came in dressed up as the couple on Speakeasy, and they pretty much nailed it. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me pull up Speakeasy Pinball, just so you can see the back glass. Back glass.
Did you find it? Photo?
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. That's the back glass to Speakeasy. Right here. And then this was them.
So good. So good. They're really, and actually, so this is Lee and Lambert.
Yeah.
And they also just took a picture and posted on Instagram and tagged us in it. And they were down in like a casino in Arizona. And she was wearing her Pinballorama shirt. But yeah, last Halloween was fun. We should, we've got to pull, what's his name, out of storage? Our skeleton friend.
Yeah, I forget his name. What do we name him?
Oh, I don't know. Click on the picture. Go back down.
It's here somewhere. Yeah, we have to know his name before we bring him in again.
Yeah, I put a
There he
sweater
is.
on him because he was feeling a little. Okay. He had a couple. Wow, there were some. Dennis.
Dennis. Yeah.
Dennis. Yeah, he's wearing one of my favorite sweaters.
Dennis was a chick magnet, man.
Right? Yeah, we have so many photos of Dennis and girls. I think I have a whole bunch of.
Chris is leaving. Okay, bye, Chris.
Oh, have a good flight, Chris. Vegas is tomorrow. Okay, well, have a good flight, and I hope that you are able to make it back. He didn't say whether he was taking Air Canada or not. I hope. I had to buy a second ticket for my flight because the pilots are going to go on strike, which they rightly should do because they are getting paid peanuts compared to their colleagues. So equal pay for equal work, friends. Anyways, so not bothered. I just bought another refundable ticket. Hey, I'm feeling. Hello, Zhu Jin
on Twitch. Sorry, we had our Twitch chat closed, so we didn't see you right away. Says, I'm very familiar with late 80s and 90s pinballs and their respective sounds. It's true that we recognize them very quickly. I'm not sure about older pinballs, which have a very short mechanical sounds. Yeah.
Oh, because I was sitting here and there was something going off, and I was like, "What game is that?" And I just sat here and was quiet for a second, and then I realized it was roller games. So I went and that reminds me. Royal Flush is not kicking out the ball. It's starting a game, but it's not kicking out the ball.
Is the ball stuck somewhere?
I don't think so. If it is.
It's stuck at the top.
Oh. Whoops.
That's why.
My bad. Yeah, so we were chatting about that, sounds, and that I was saying how working in the arcade, not really bothered. People always ask us like if you're bothered by all of the sounds all the time, and it's like, no, the thing that bothers us is abandoned games when it's repetitive. And also working here, we can identify cycles for which game is having an issue just based on like muscle memory listening to it.
Remember, it was about a year or so ago, and we kept hearing this really high-pitched tink. And like I was like, what the hell is that sound? It's like something new, a new sound in it. And only heard it every once in a while, tink, and then later tink. But it was really, really high pitched. And I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. And it was going on for a couple of days. Finally found it. And it was the plunger.
Oh, that's
on-
right.
I don't remember, like pinball or something?
Roller games. I think it was roller games.
One
yeah.
of them. The rubber tip had come off the plunger.
Or worn away.
And broke off and fell off. And the tink was the sound of the metal
Oh
on
my
metal.
gosh. And then we had to replace that ball too, otherwise it would have chewed up the play field.
Ball was
My
a little
goodness.
bit mess. It hadn't been going on for very long, but
Yeah.
it was long enough that like it took a few days to figure out. Like I remember hearing it going, what the hell is that? And then you wouldn't hear it. And you walk around, and if nobody's playing it and shooting you the ball at the time, you have no way of figuring out what it is.
And if they're
knowing.
playing, even when they're playing it, you wouldn't know
Yeah.
because it's only when they shoot
Only
the
when
ball.
they shoot the ball.
Yeah.
But I did hear that again, and I was like, I know exactly what that sound is. And I forget what machine it was. Another machine.
And then you
ripped off of
also-
there, and yeah.
Recognize smells. Now,
Yeah.
like we are very astute to burning coil smell,
Yeah.
and like walking around and like sticking our. The problem is when it starts burning, the smell goes up and then it walks over. So by the time that we try and track down what machine it is, the coil has already burnt up.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, and so it can be a little bit harder for us to track down. It rained and then it stopped and all of the rain has dried up.
Yep.
I could smell the rain from outside. It's crazy. What?
What is it, 20 outside?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's a little bit less. It's because that's right by the open window. But
Is this supposed to be sitting on the ledge?
yep.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
That got knocked off of there. Well,
Should we?
we should
head
end the
out?
chat.
It's been like on for almost
been
2.5
on for a while,
hours,
yeah.
I think. 2 hours at least. Just close that.
All right. Sorry, Zool Jin on Twitch that we didn't see your chat right away.
Yeah,
We'll,
join us next time.
Yeah.
And we're still working on getting the chat to integrate, so we have a separate window for the Twitches.
Eventually. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna go.
Thanks, Luke,
And,
Chris, everybody.
Luke, everybody.
Have a
We'll
great evening.
See you next time.
Well, they won't see me.
Not for a while.
No.